alternatives for both of those. I have a good one for Chipotle. I posted it a couple days ago about the burrito with the extra protein. But there's several options. Chipotle is a lot more healthier. You can get away with a lot more there. Um, but let's get you something for In-N-Out too. We'll get you something for that. Most likely, what you're probably gonna have to do is like a it sounds boring, but like a veggie burger, or what do they call it? Um, I forget what they call it. The burger without the bun. I forget what's called.
The veggie burger?
Veggie burger. I was gonna say veggie burger, but I thought it was a different name. Hi, is that oh, Alexander? I think that's your friend, Jax.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. He's here on time. Perfect. We're gonna wait like another
Hello.
minute or two. I think
Oh,
some more people were gonna roll in.
okay.
Yeah. What's up, Alexander? It's about time, man. I was I was messaging Alexander's Instagram account for like a couple
Yeah,
days.
yeah.
You finally got to it today though. That's good. That's funny. Um, so yeah, cool, cool, cool. We're gonna wait like one more minute. So yeah, Jack. So In-N-Out, maybe like you might need to shoot for like a veggie burger. Let's hold on. Let me find something out for that. Veggie burgers just sound they don't sound so interesting. What,
Yeah.
so you get a what? Like a double double or a single cheeseburger?
Oh, I get a single hamburger.
Okay. And what else? What else do you get? Do you get like a fry or a shake or something?
I get a fries. I just get a burger and fries.
You don't get like a shake or anything like that?
Oh yeah, I get a either a Dr. Pepper. Yeah, that's all I get.
So one thing I do, and I don't eat out a lot, I'll be honest, I don't eat out a lot now because I have a different approach that I take. But when I do eat out, one thing I'm starting to do is actually eat like, or drink, sorry, drink Coke Zero. So the good thing about like Coke Zero is like there's no calories, there's no like real macros to it.
Yeah.
Um, so that can save you a lot and get you some good results. If you are to, this is like last alternative, right? Like we're talking about like if your only option is to eat junk food, right? Let's make the best out of that decision, you know? I'm not saying, and I'm gonna talk about this later, but just because I give you guys healthy options today, don't go thinking like, whoa, like, yes, let's go In-N-Out every week now, every week, every week. No, right? Like, this is for like last resort type of things. So we'll touch on that. I'm gonna share my screen, but one thing you can do here, I see an option here, is a protein style double double. So you can pretty much get it. You swap the bun with the lettuce. Yeah, that's pretty much like a veggie burger. You ask for no spread, ask for extra grilled onions, and then yeah, you get double the patty, double the fat technically because it's high in fat, but you get more protein, which is good. And
Mm.
the key theme today, guys, when I'm gonna show you the presentation. The key theme today is about protein, right? But protein, the reason why protein is so good for you is because it really helps you stay full. If you stay full throughout the day, you're not gonna want to cheat on your meals with extra excess carbs or fats. And those are like the things that like really get a lot of people. It really gets a lot of people, and
Yeah.
it makes them overeat. When you, because the thing is, when you eat a lot of carbs, yes, you might get full if you eat a lot of it, but you need to eat a lot of it. And the thing is, when you eat a lot of it, you're getting a lot of calories in, you're getting a lot of carbs, but you're not getting enough protein. And most likely, if you're eating something high in carb, you're eating something high in fats too. So like the
Mm.
high likelihood that you are. And the thing is, you are getting carbs and fats, but you're not getting enough protein. You guys are younger, right?
Yeah.
So my biggest priority for you guys is to get your proteins in, because believe it or not, like when I was growing up, nobody taught me these things. I had to learn all this on my own. But I really believe, I highly believe that I was deficient in protein. And that just means I didn't eat a lot. I didn't eat enough of it. I was still very fit, very strong, but I know for a fact I could have had more protein had I known how much to eat. So I'm gonna go over that with you guys today.
Okay.
Looks like I think Belle's here too. So good to have you. And Yeah, I thought we were gonna have more people. Maybe we're waiting on. I think our there's a new kid that I met a couple of days ago, 2 weeks ago, who's supposed to be coming on. Maybe some people are just running late. It's fine. We're gonna get started anyway.
Okay.
The good thing is just through you guys, so we'll be able to touch on some of these topics quick. Then we're gonna touch on Jax's game. I think Alexander, is that your name?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do people call you Alex or do you prefer Alexander?
I prefer Alex.
Alex?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, you'll have to tell me who you are in the game just so I kind of get to know you a little better.
Okay.
Um,
Alex is the center back next to me.
okay, so that's good. That's good to know. Okay, perfect. So I'll get to identify them pretty quickly, but we'll save that for the end. We're gonna go through a couple things on the, let me see here. On the slideshow, I'm gonna go over this real quick. This is gonna be like a very interactive type of call today. So I want you guys to stay locked in. When I say type in this, type in that, just type it in real quick and then we'll move on to the next thing right away. But make sure you guys are noting down what you're writing. I skipped ahead. Look at that. All right, perfect. All right, so how the proteins build stronger, faster, and tougher soccer players. All right, so we're gonna go on to the first thing if I can get to the next slide. 1 second. All right, so why protein matters, right? So let's talk about like really why we have to focus on protein. The realistically at this age, guys, you guys are very young. You're growing a lot. You're growing rapidly, and you really need the maximum amount of growth you can get throughout this year. All right, like I
Yeah.
refuse to let you guys go through another year where you don't maximize your results. And even if that means through nutrition, even if that means through extra training, extra stretching, extra recovery, like whatever it is, this is something that I know if you target this, it will like make every other part of your game better. And like Jax, like I truly believe, like especially Jax, right? I've known you for a couple months now. I truly believe that you are one of those players that has the skill, has the effort, has the energy, has the foundation to become better. But I do believe that if you also fix this part of your nutrition, the other part of your skills will just elevate even more. All your other parts of your games are gonna get so much better because you fix this one area.
Okay.
And that's just me speaking to you from what I see about you, right? Like I want to be completely honest with you that you're one of those players that if you fix these areas of your game, you're absolutely going to be like a completely different player by the end of this year. Okay? So, and then pretty much just so you guys know, I mean, you probably know this already, but I'm gonna go over it. By the time you guys get to high school and college, you're gonna already know all this stuff like the back of your hand, and it's gonna be
Yeah.
super easy. So
Okay.
repairs and rebuilds muscles after training. And the reason why I say after training is because a lot of us just kind of eat regular foods after training. We don't really prioritize getting the protein and carbs after games. But if you can recover, and this is why I talked about the chocolate shake, has fats, has proteins, has carbs, has all of the above, which is a good recovery to have after training. You want to have that as soon as possible to restart that repairing process. And protein that's its primary job is just to start getting that recovery going. Um, After a game, how like and I just feel free to type it in. How sore do you guys feel after a game? Like, feel
I
free to
feel
type.
sore.
What's up?
I feel sore. Like after the
Like,
game, I feel
how,
sore.
how many days do you feel sore for? I want everybody to type in a number in the chat, in the Zoom chat. How many days do you guys feel sore for after your game? Assuming it's like a high intensity game. If it's an easy game, you're probably not gonna be super sore. But like a high level game, high intensity, tell me, put a number. 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. What number? How many days you guys feel sore? So as you guys type that in, um, we're gonna walk on to the next thing. Cool. Okay, cool. Perfect. That's okay. That's a good thing. Anything past 2 to 3 days, I think 3 days max is like you're not recovering well enough. So most likely you guys are sleeping well. You're getting good rest. So that's also why your recovery is going away quicker. If you're not getting enough protein, you're gonna be sore for a long time. And all I remember was academy practice. I would drive home from the valley, super intense trainings. I would always be sore for like 5, 6, sometimes even 7 days. In my mind, I was like, wait, this is not normal. Like something was deeply wrong. I was very active, but not understanding why my body was feeling like this after 5 to 7 days is a little crazy, right? You guys are saying 2 days. Obviously, I was doing something wrong. So I had to learn the hard way. And most likely it was just protein. All right. So it's going to help you guys recover quicker. It's going to help you feel refreshed for the following sessions, the following week. And that's the biggest, most important thing. This is why pros are pros because they can recover quicker. Okay. Their nutrition is on point. Keeps you strong, powerful, and lean. If you're the type of person to get sick a lot, this is another one of those things where your immune health um, is probably not the strongest. Okay, protein does help you fight off certain diseases and certain. It just helps repair everything in the body. When your body is sore, it's inflammation. It's a buildup of inflammation throughout your body. When you have high inflammation in your body's immune system it needs to fight off the inflammation. So your body's thinking, oh, like maybe this is a disease or something, and it starts to repair and fight off those diseases. In this situation, it's just inflammation. Okay, inflammation comes from the soreness. Maybe you got hit. Maybe you're just your muscles are super fatigued, and you need to repair. Right, so protein helps you guys with that. Um, and then this one, the last one, protein keeps athletes full and prevents junk food crashes. So. Uh, if you're the type of person to eat a lot of like sugary snacks, a lot of like high carb foods, like high fat foods, and you're not getting enough protein in, you're most likely getting a lot of the munchies, whatever you guys call it nowadays. Like you're most likely snacking a lot and you're eating a lot of unhealthy foods, right? If you can keep the protein intake high, you're most likely your unnecessary sugar cravings, all those little things are gonna like go away. You're not gonna feel like you need to cheat on your meals. You're not gonna feel like, oh, I need to have that cookie or I need to have that those chips on the table. Like if you keep your protein high, you will feel more full in a good way because there's a good way of feeling full, there's a bad way of feeling full. Usually, like if you guys eat a lot of carbs, a lot of fats, you feel full, but you might feel bloated or you just might feel nasty, right? Protein is not going to really give you that feeling. It's going to make you feel full with like a decent feeling of like, okay, I feel good. I don't feel bloated and I don't feel like I'm starving. So I really feel like this for me over the last 2 to 3 months, I've been working with a trainer. My biggest priority and the biggest thing, the biggest pattern that I found that in my own life is that I'm still, even till this day, I'm still falling short on my protein. So for me, I'm super passionate about this. I want you guys to not fall short on your protein. I'll show you what my macros look like by the end of the day, but my protein has been much better, much higher over the last couple of weeks. So I feel very good. I don't feel bloated. I don't feel, and I'm cutting weight, cutting body fat. I'm getting good results. Let's just put it that way. And it also has to do with my trainer who's been keeping me accountable, teaching me like, hey, like you fell short on your protein. Like, yes, there's other things you fell short on, but let's try to get to the protein. And I think he's been telling me that for a particular reason. And, I've learned about the importance of protein, whatever. But to hear it from somebody else tell me like, yo, you need to get on your protein, it kind of makes me feel like, okay, I need to really get on it. Right. So I figuring that like I'm tracking my foods, I'm falling short of my protein. All right, I need to fix that issue. Now I'm feeling better. I'm getting results. Okay. So you guys can get those results too, and it'll mean a lot more for you guys because you're younger. 100%. All right. So we're gonna move on to the next one real quick. Yeah, well, low protein equals weak performance. I mean, at the end of the day, low protein means minimal progress. Your muscles are not going to develop as strongly as they should be. Um, like Jackson, Alexander, you guys are a little bit younger. You guys are going to need to have a lot of protein. In the next 2 to 3 years, your muscles are going to develop. You're going to go through like puberty and all these other things. You're going to get stronger, but you need to fuel your body with the right foods to maximize that growth. All right. This is huge for you guys. And then Bill and then Layla, you guys as well. I mean, this is important for girls. I mean, if you guys see the studies, I'm not speaking about you guys, but like women in like past their 40s, 50s, they go through this thing called sarcopenia. Pretty much just means that a woman's body tends to lose muscle mass at an earlier age. Okay. And the women who are not eating protein and they're not working out go through the muscle loss very, very quickly later in their age. So if you guys can keep your protein locked down at this age as young girls, you're going to have like a very good future ahead of you. But you need to stay on top of your protein and you need to stay active. So those are a couple studies I've read about recently. So just want to throw that out for you guys as well, how important this is. Not just for your performance in the game, but for your future health. We're talking like decades down the line, right? So just going in a little deeper, again, repairs your damaged muscle fibers. So yes, happens like after you get a knock or somebody tackles you and you're hurt. Helps you build lean muscle, which is what you're gonna need, right? In soccer, you need low body fat and very lean muscles. Increase bone strength. I know for sure, like back when I was younger, I could go shin to shin with somebody and it would barely hurt me, right? Like you need to have that type of strength in your bones, and protein's gonna help you with that. I'll give you a couple options with like dairy. There's that right here. Um, and then it improves your recovery time. We talked about that. Healthy body composition. Of course, you're going to lose body fat. You're going to gain muscle. It's good for all of the above. So just keep in mind, these are the five food groups, right? The most important one we're going to talk about today is the protein, but you don't want to neglect these either. I'll show you guys how to like track these um, later in the slideshow. All right, so let's do a quick activity here. Um, Pretty much what you see here, how much protein does each athlete need? The short answer is what you. So if you weigh, let's put for example here, an 80-pound athlete is going to most likely need 80 grams of protein a day. Okay, if not slightly less. So here we give you the target, aim zero point 0.7 to 1.0 grams of protein. So pretty much for every pound you weigh, you have to have a gram with that of protein. So in the chat, just if you know how much you weigh, you can put the chat or you can put that in the chat and I'll talk about the numbers of what your number should look like. Okay? So if you know how much you weigh, put that number down in the chat. Don't worry, don't be shy. I weigh 90 pounds. I'm a little under. By tomorrow I'll lose two more pounds or something. Cool. And the reason why I want to see your number is because I want to be able to dictate, like, do you need more protein or do you need less? Right? So just type in how much you weigh per pounds in pounds. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. For sure. So I see a couple 80, 90. So, I mean, the short answer is eat 90 grams of protein, right? Like, eat 90 grams of protein. If you're in a position in your life where you feel like, you know what, like, I like where I'm at, but I want to build more muscle, then you might just need to have a little bit more than the 90 grams. I still think you should just hit the 90 grams, but maybe 10 more grams, maybe. But the number one thing you want to do is you for sure want to hit those 90. If you weigh 90 pounds, hit the 90 grams of protein without a doubt. If you feel like you're in a phase where like, okay, you really want to like get a significant boost in your muscle size or muscle mass, then maybe shoot for, if you're 90 pounds, shoot for 100. Maybe, yeah. But then you'd have to sacrifice eating less carbs or eating less fats. So if you are going to make that big jump, maybe you need to sacrifice a little bit of something else. But for the most part, to keep a balance, you might need to just hit that exact number. You're not going to hit it to the T every single day. Some days you might fall short. Like today I fell short. I'm supposed to have 193 grams of protein. Technically, that's what my trainer gave me. I weigh 90 pounds, so I'm just having a little bit, three grams more. But today I fell short. I had maybe 181 grams. I'll show you the picture after. But I still fell within the range. Okay? I'm not worried about getting huge, like a big person. I just want to be able to get lean muscle. So hitting the 193 grams is going to be my ideal goal. So you guys want to, at the very least, hit as close to the 90 as possible. Or if you're 80, hit 80, right? That's just the easiest way to go about that. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Um, let's talk about the best protein sources. We have the lean meats. Like my favorite is chicken, turkey, lean beef. I'm not a big fan of seafood. I'll eat it, but it's not my go-to. Okay. The big one I'm starting to have now is a lot more cheese, some milk. I know milk can be a little bit tough to have for some people. Like I do almond milk or oat milk, right? Like that's my alternative. It's less in calories, less in certain macros, and I also have yogurt. Okay. One thing also I'm having is a lot of eggs and egg whites. If you guys want to just get extremely lean and strong, egg whites is going to be like a cheat code. So you want to have some egg whites in your daily nutrition if possible. If you're not a fan of like the yolk, you don't like the yellow part, then egg whites is probably going to be your best bet. All right, this is going to be huge. If you want, it has like 5 grams of protein, 0 grams of fat, 0 grams of carbs. It's literally, and maybe 25 calories per 5 grams of protein. You can look and read the nutrition labels. It's one of the healthiest, if not the healthiest protein you could possibly get. Lean protein. We're talking about lean. And at the very last resort, again, if you're the type of player to fall short in your protein often, like for me, I buy these protein shakes. I'm not gonna go and grab it yet, but I buy these protein shakes that I drink like every other day. Sometimes I just like the way it tastes, so I drink it every day, and it helps me get 30 grams of proteins very easily. So if you're not the type that likes to eat the protein, then maybe yes, you can resort to protein shakes. But ideally, they should have like over 25 grams, maybe 20 to 30 grams of protein, which is what a really good protein shake would have. Anything less than that is really not a protein shake. Is more like gonna have a lot of carbs and gonna have a lot of fats, and it's just for taste at that point. You still want to get the protein in, right? This is where I'm really trying to find out a lot about what you guys are having at school. So what I need to know is what first off, answer the question, do you eat the school breakfast or lunch or not? Just type in yes, I eat school breakfast or lunch, or no, I don't eat school breakfast. I really want to get to know because I haven't been to, obviously, I'm not in high school, I'm not in middle school anymore. I don't know what they're feeding you guys nowadays, but just type in yes or no. Um, I eat, yes, I eat school food. No, I don't eat school food. Okay, both. Cool. What about everybody else? Sometimes you eat lunch at school, right? I'm assuming you mean school. At school. So you eat the school lunch, but you don't eat the school breakfast. Cool. Okay. And then who are we missing? We're missing one more. I think Alexander. Is he still here? Yeah. In the morning, you eat at home. All right, perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. All right, perfect. So this is what I really also want to know next. And then please feel free to unmute yourself and give me a couple of the different meals that they give you at school. I just want to have an idea. So you can literally mention for me, when I grew up in middle school, elementary, I think even high school, like we would get burgers. I remember like elementary school, we had like chalupa. I absolutely loved the chalupa. I would like go and try to eat it every chance that I got. I got multiple of them if I could. Um, they'd have burritos and then burgers, and I said that already, and I forget what else. But a lot of that was like that was like a common theme. Um, feel free to like unmute yourselves and let me know what is something that your school gives often for lunch or breakfast.
Mm, sometimes pizza.
Let me guess, for the breakfast? Do they give it for the breakfast too?
No, pizza for the lunch.
For the lunch?
Like, but it's like it's not a lot.
Not a lot.
But
Cool.
for breakfast, they give us like blueberry muffins or chocolate muffins or conchas or mini
Yeah.
pancakes.
Or like mini pancakes.
Yeah. And okay, good. I do remember. So I actually worked at schools recently. I was like a PE teacher too for the last 2 years. So I kind of aware actually now that I think about it, I kind of remember. So a lot of what you guys are saying, I did see that over the last 2 years. I even see kids eating pizza for breakfast, which to me, I cannot possibly be like I don't know. I think it's pretty mind-boggling that that's served for breakfast, right? Um, and then you said blueberry muffins. A lot of that, the thing is, those are very high in carbs and very high in sugar. And what do you think that they are low in?
Protein.
Yeah, like
Yeah, they don't really have a lot of protein, guys. Um,
yeah.
Layla, Layla is are you in high school? I think you're in high school.
No, middle school.
Middle school. Eighth? Are you eighth grade?
Seventh.
Seventh. Oh, wow. Okay. All right, cool, cool. Sorry, I just wanted to double check because I know Bell is heading to high school. You're not there yet. Cool. I wanted to see if anybody here was in high school. Just double checking. All right. Um, cool. So most likely, yes, middle school is probably serving similar things. Yeah, and if you guys notice, the foods that you just listed, um, are very high in carbs, very high in sugars, pretty high in fats, but absolutely low in protein. So, I mean, what does that mean? Realistically, it's going to give you some fuel, but it's going to give you that midday crash. And you're not going to be you're not going to be hitting your protein most likely. Okay, your protein goals. At this point, everybody's goal in here should be to eat at least 80 to 90 grams of protein. From what I see, everybody here has the same goal, like for the most part. Now, the difference here and where you guys are going to transform, if you is can you find an alternative to the pizza, to the morning pizza, to the blueberry muffin, to the conchas, right? Like you guys need to absolutely, if you can, wipe it out of your nutrition like as soon as possible, right? And I'm talking like if you want to see results this year, you need to find a steady replacement for whatever it is that you're eating at school. If it's at school, I mean, at this point, if they're giving you milk, which I think a lot of the schools do, they give you milk. I mean, I would resort to that, but at the same time, that can cause irritation to certain people. Um, or you might need to like opt for breakfast at home, right? Like if you need to eat that yogurt in the morning, like I just had a yogurt like maybe 30 minutes ago. The yogurt alone has 20 grams of protein. If I want to mix some fruits with it, I can mix it, and literally that would be my breakfast. Like yogurt, fruits, a little bit of granola, something with also high carb, but some healthy kind of carb. Okay. But the protein alone, if you get the Oikos, like the Oikos brand, um, I like the vanilla brand. It has a lot of protein, 20 grams of protein. It's gonna keep you full for several hours. I don't know what else you guys like. We'll come up with different options. Or like I think Jax, I think a couple weeks ago I was telling you, have the eggs with toast, right? I don't know. I think you told me you like eggs. I don't remember if you told me you like eggs.
Yeah, I like eggs.
Yeah, so like that might be something you got to start learning how to make eggs now. Like at your age or a little bit after, I was starting to learn how to make my own breakfast, right? If you want to really really reach the next level, I know you're young, but you got to learn, right? Learn from your parents how are they making eggs, you know? You want to learn how to do certain things. That way by the time you can start cooking, all right, well you know how to do this safely, preferably, right?
Yes,
You don't want to do it on your own. You want to do it
I know
with your
how to make
family.
myself eggs.
You do? You do make them now?
Uh, yes, I've been knowing how to make myself eggs.
All right.
Yeah, I can
Well,
make them too.
all right, cool. Cool. If you guys know how to make them, start making them for breakfast. Just be very careful. I mean, under the supervision of your family, of course. If you're already doing it, that's great. Um, Start doing that. Eat that before you leave, you know? But you can't go to school like with an empty tummy and then because your stomach is full or full or empty, sorry, you resort to whatever they're going to give you. And at the end of the day, whatever they give you is probably not going to be in your best interest. I'm just keep it 100, but like it's not going to be. So you need to take as players, if you guys want to be professional, you want to act like a professional, you need to take the initiative and not let, other people dictate, but you have to start taking initiative like, no, this is what I think I need to eat. Coach said, let's have this. This is how much to eat. So think about it like this. If you have 30 grams of protein in the morning, you just need 60 grams of protein for the rest of the day, and you hit your goal. If you can knock down 20 to 30 grams of protein the first meal of your day, you knock down a third of your goal already. And that means a third of your performance is going to improve. Now you need the second and the final third to now maximize your muscle growth, right? Start off the day. This is my biggest struggle was in the beginning 2 months ago when I was working with my trainer. My biggest struggle was getting my protein in early in the day. I noticed when I get my protein in early in the day, I stay satiated and full for the rest of the day, and I don't have to go through the unnecessary sugar cravings, the unnecessary like fat food cravings. I don't have to go through any of that. If I target like today, I had I just so happened to go to Starbucks to drink a high protein uh, caramel latte. Had about 27, I forgot exactly how many grams, 27 grams of protein. By the time I came back, like 2 hours later, I had a high protein pasta with chicken that had 57 grams. So by the time 12 p.m. hit, I had already hit like around 90 through 100 to 100 grams of protein. By 12 p.m., I had already hit half of my macros for protein. You guys can hit the other 30 grams, maybe, I don't know, when you get home, or maybe hopefully you can pack lunch. That's another thing is like, can you pack lunch too? Right? Can you put it in a cool little bag where it stays cool? Maybe a ham and cheese sandwich, right? Something with a lot of the ham in it. Again, all you need to do is pack something that has another 20 to 30 grams of protein. Now you already hit two-thirds of your guys' goals. I know some of you guys don't really, I don't, for me, I never really liked packing food. I just resorted to whatever was given to me. But when I did have the breakfast, when I did have I used to eat my multivitamins and yogurt early in the morning. I still remember I was very young, elementary school. The yogurt was the one thing that I think transformed me as a player. I don't know, something about yogurt is just so good for you. A lot of nutrients, a lot of protein, very good. And fruits. Add your favorite fruits to it. Okay. And then if you're taking multivitamins, go for it. Let's talk about the lunch. We'll touch on lunch next, but let's talk about the breakfast options real quick. Um, if we can, and then upcoming ones. Jax, this is a little cool little egg on toast that I drew up for you here. Start the day off with protein. I was just talking about that. And here again, the yogurt. There's plant-based options here. I'm not the biggest fan of it. You might be, but these are a couple options. Okay. Again, there's some more options here. Greek yogurt plus the fruit, eggs on toast, breakfast burritos with eggs, a protein smoothie, or oatmeal, peanut butter, and milk. We're gonna touch on peanut butter because peanut butter is a pretty slept on type of food, and I don't want you guys to miss it. All right. Um, if you like peanut butter. So again, peanut butter and jelly pretty much has high protein. It has high fats too, but the good thing is that if you're using it as like a snack, it is a worthwhile snack to have a snack with fats and protein. So it's definitely worth it. Another one that I think is really good, and you have to be careful with this one though, because it might be processed, might have other unnecessary stuff, is beef jerky. You want to get the best type of beef jerkies. You want to see what are the healthiest brands to take and choose based off that. Okay, again, yogurt, we already touched on that, but those are a couple options for you guys. All right, as snacks, as snacks. If you don't pack it, you're not going to eat it. So pack it, okay? Pack the protein as much as you can. All right, and then for lunches, this one here is a little confusing because, I mean, by then, if you haven't packed anything, you're kind of in a position where you have to eat whatever the school gives you. So I really would, encourage you guys to pack lunch as best as you can, even if it's something as simple as like a chicken sandwich. Doesn't have to be chicken sandwich. It could be like a turkey, like the one of the ones in the bag, the turkey, or ham, right? Those are gonna have high protein in it. So pack as much as that you can in your sandwiches. Or burrito bowl. This is more of like a Chipotle thing. Turkey sandwich, like I mentioned, pasta with chicken, or anything left over from the night before. Maybe you could just pack that. So pair with fruit or veggies, not fries or soda. All right. So I put a cool little image with the chicken pasta here. So just another alternative for you guys. The best thing you can possibly do is just pack your own food. Honestly, if you want to be a professional, you got to be proactive. You can't let whatever people are giving you at school be exactly what you eat. If you can take advantage and make your own thing at home, then do that. I encourage you guys tremendously. All right. We're gonna do a pretty cool thing. So I was talking to Jax earlier about this. This is another little thing we're gonna have you guys do. So in the chat box, pretty much just tell me we're gonna talk about, okay, if you're on an away trip, if you're on an away tournament, what is your favorite restaurant to eat at? So just type in the chat, what is your favorite? Like, this is like a restaurant that, like, if your friends or your family says, like, hey, let's go here, you're gonna be pretty happy. Type that in the group chat, wherever it is you like to go eat out when you eat out at a restaurant, and I'll give you a healthy alternative that you can start getting from there with high protein. The goal is to find an alternative for you with high protein. So that's the goal. So when you guys type that in, Chipotle, I'm gonna get that for you, Jax. Don't worry.
Coach,
Yeah, what's up?
how do you measure your calorie intake when you're eating high carbs and high protein?
How do you measure the intake? It depends. Are you eating whatever the school gives you? Because if you're eating whatever the school gives you, it's kind of difficult to measure what they're giving you because only they know what they put in their ingredients. This is why I'm saying if you pack your own food, you know exactly what's going in your food. Therefore, if you know what's going on in your is going or what's in your food, you can track it. And basically, the way you track it is actually, let me encourage you guys. Oops. This is how you track your food. There's two ways. Hold on. So I use an app called MyFitnessPal. It's free, so you guys can if you again if you're a professional, you're gonna download these types of apps and you're gonna use them. But basically, MyFitnessPal. Actually, let me show you a picture of what MyFitnessPal looks like. Um, so Jax, I'm gonna get to your question is a good question, but it's a two-part question. Um, where is this? Let me see if I can get the. Oh, here it is. Okay. So, do you guys see my screen here?
Yeah.
This is what I had today. Okay. This is my Fitness Pal. This is what helps you guys track your food and what you're eating. If you scan it or if it has a search option in the app that it lets you log in certain foods. So like Jax, like let's say you want to track your food, right? Let's say you had two slices of white bread. Let's just say two slices of white bread. You go in the app and you write down uh, on the search box white bread. Ideally, you want to find the one with the label on your bread. So if your bread is, I don't know, what's the one, the popular, I think it's called Bimbo or something. You type that in the search bar. Say Bimbo. Okay, I had two slices. Boom, log, and then it logs it, and then every time you log it, it gives you most likely high in carbs, so it'll tell you how many carbs it has when you log it in. This is how you know you track everything, right? Now, if it's something that you need to weigh out, like for me, like I had ground turkey, then I use a food scale. So I weigh it in ounces. So I ate a 93% lean ground beef. And what I did was I wanted 8 ounces. So I put the food in, I put a bowl on top of the scale, and then I put 8 ounces worth. So I know exactly what I ate. And today I had a lot of protein. But because I had a lot of protein, I wasn't as hungry, so I didn't eat a lot of carbs. But I'm still not tired, and I didn't eat a lot of fats. Usually, my issue is I eat a lot of carbs and fats, and then I fall short on my protein. But I notice on the days when I target my protein off the bat from the beginning, my very first meal, everything else is a little bit lower. And what this is going to do is going to cut some body fat. It's going to cut some weight off me. And if I can cut body fat and if I can cut weight, I'm going to be a faster player on the field and I'm going to be more energetic. I'm not going to be tired. This is why I'm really targeting protein today because if you guys can target the protein first thing in the morning as best as you can, like the rest of your day is going to be amazing. It's going to be great. But you have to push through and everything. Here it says my goal is 199, but it's not because when you exercise, MyFitnessPal logs in extra macros for you, so it gives you more. Here it gave me six more. It's actually 193, but if you have the paid version, you won't have this issue. But basically, these are my macros, right? I had a very little bit amount of fats, and I'm still energetic. I had a little bit of carbs, still energetic. But my protein, high. I feel good. No issues. Okay. I'm probably gonna cut down 10 more pounds in the next couple of weeks or so. But because my protein is high, I'm gonna get lean muscle and good results, right? And this is I'm just living trying to be living proof for you guys that targeting your protein is gonna be the number one thing for you guys. Right now, I'm in a position where I'm trying to cut down. For you guys, you're trying to build up, right? Because you're young, you want to build up, you want to get stronger. For me, I've done all that. I'm at an age where like, okay, I just want to slim down a little bit, but still keep my muscle. So I'm gonna have a lot of protein still. For you guys, you're trying to build up, so you need to have a lot of protein, all right? But because if you do have a lot of protein, you're gonna get a lot of good results in your other areas of your game. Okay, so that's kind of like what my fitness pal looks like, Jax. It's gonna be confusing to use at first, but once you get familiar at a young age on how to use my fitness pal, you're gonna want to use it forever. And if you track your food and you know exactly what you're eating, that's how you know what kind of results you're gonna get. Okay? Does that answer your question on that one?
Yes, it does.
Okay, I want to make sure I answered your question because um
Thank you.
that was a good question. And yeah, you should know exactly what you guys are eating. So yeah, I was definitely wanting to touch on that. Let's touch on a couple of you guys said Raising Cane's, Chili's, Chipotle. Cool. Chili's, I haven't heard of that one. That's cool. All right. I'll have to do my research on Chili's, but um Bell, I think Bell said Raising Cane's. So Bell, one thing I would recommend, and this is what I've done in the last couple of weeks. So there's this thing called, look, Nikki chicken tenders. You want to order your chicken tenders like this from now on, like this. Naked chicken tenders. Basically, what naked chicken tenders is the chicken tender without the fried part. So if you take away the fried part, you'll take off a lot of fats and you'll take off a lot of carbs. You're gonna strictly get a chicken tender, ton of protein. For me, I eat six. I get the caniac combo. I get the naked chicken tender. So basically, I get the clean version of the chicken tender, and it has 78 grams of protein. For you, you don't need a caniac combo. Maybe you can do, I don't know. Maybe you could do like a box combo. I think maybe that's something that you get. But when you get a box combo, you can. I was telling Jax earlier, I get the Coke Zero because it has 0 calories, zero everything. But maybe you can switch it with like a water or like a low calorie tea, or not tea, or lemonade or something like that. So you want to limit how much calories you get from liquids too. So that's why I get the Coke Zero now because I don't want to just have water all the time. But some days I might resort to water or a Coke Zero. It just depends. But when you order your chicken tenders, get the Nakey chicken tenders. I just found out about this like maybe 2 weeks ago. I was like, wait, what? I can get chicken tenders with strictly protein and only protein and no fats, no carbs. I was super excited. I was like, I went to Raising Cane's for like 2 days straight after that. But it's yeah, this is if you absolutely need to go, right? You don't want to resort to this every week. Um, so I think Bell wrote that, and
Can I
then
still eat the cane sauce?
yeah, 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 of course. So here's the thing. So absolutely. So here's the thing. If you sacrifice the fried part from the chicken tender, well then okay, you can have the cane sauce because you earned it, right? But now if you have the cane sauce plus the fried part from the chicken, now you just have excess food, right? Or excess fats. Sorry. But that was a good question. I still eat the sauce. Like I try to limit it to just one. But then that's hard to do with six tenders now that I think about it. Um I might do one and a half. I might. I had Chick-fil-A a couple days ago, and I only got like a little dip of the sauce, and that was it. When it comes to Cane's, yeah, you might be good with just one sauce. Yeah, as long as you keep it down to one sauce. So now, if you're gonna add the sauce, though, you might have to sacrifice a couple of the fries, or you might have to sacrifice, I don't know, maybe you eat one toast. If you're gonna have the sauce, you might sacrifice have to sacrifice the toast or the fry. Which one do you want? You decide, right? But if you another thing is, guys, like the double carbs, it don't have double carbs, which means carbs comes in your pat and your buns, your hamburger buns, and your fry. You need to start sacrificing one or the other. Jax, I told you about the In-N-Out meal. If you want to eat your fries, sacrifice the bun. So get the veggie burger and have your fry. Now you have an even balance when you're out and you absolutely are hungry, but you still want high protein and you don't want to overeat on your carbs and calories. Because what happens is when people start eating a lot of carbs, they start having too many calories. Once you guys start getting too many calories, even if you are hitting your protein intake, you're probably also overdoing it on the carbs and fats. That just means you're going to gain excess weight for no reason, you know? So this is like for your favorite part or favorite restaurant, sorry. For Chipotle, I think Jax, I don't know if you saw check out the order I put on school, the community section. That one you can make your own burrito with the chicken cup and then your favorite toppings, and then maybe you can just get rid of the tortilla from the taco. So you're gonna order a small taco and a side of tortilla with the extra chicken, okay? And then maybe get rid of the small taco tortilla, the small flour tortilla. That way you don't have to eat excess carbs. That would be like a double carb, right? Just get rid of the small tortilla. You have the big one that you ordered from the side, and you're good, right?
I saw that on the school app.
Yeah, it's gonna be on the school app. So and then Bell, I think Bell put also Chipotle. Bell, check out that I don't know exactly what you eat at Chipotle, but if you like burritos, if you like the burrito, there's a healthy version that I found. I actually made it no, I can't say I made it for myself because I did see a person do it, but I made my own version of it after seeing I got inspired from somebody else. I made my own version of the burrito. So yeah, check that out. It's in the school app for Chili's. Let's see what for Layla. All right, let me see real quick. I'm gonna go on that. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me get something for Layla here real quick. Wait, first off, Layla, what do you like to eat at Chili's though? Like, what's your go-to order when you go there?
I like to get like the burger and fries.
Hamburger? Cheeseburger?
Like a cheeseburger with like tomatoes and lettuce.
Okay. When you do that, do you eat fries with it too?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just figure this out real quick for you. Most likely, if you're gonna go with that route, you might need to just get rid of the fries because at that point it's like double carbs. But let me see. Um, chicken. So you said just a burger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you might need to make just small replacements. Uh, did you say cheese? Did you say you put cheese on it?
Yeah, I put cheese, tomato, and then the lettuce and meat.
Okay. Um, if you can, I mean, the only alternative I could think of is for sure get rid of the fry if you're eating it with the fry. But at the same time, though, guys, like if you knock down your protein, like I'm just saying this, if you knock down your protein, breakfast, lunch, and then you want to have your favorite restaurant by dinner time, let's say you do go to Chili's by the end of the night, at that point, you're gonna feel pretty full. You're gonna feel good if you've been doing all the work before. By the time you go and you eat out and you have a little cheat meal, you're not even gonna want to crave fries like that. But if you get to that point, for sure get rid of the fries and then start thinking like if they put a lot of mayo, maybe cut off the mayo a little bit. Not entirely, but for sure your situation might need to cut off the fries and then just have higher protein leading up to that meal. So every meal you get before you're not gonna eat Chili's for breakfast, right? So eat a high protein breakfast, eat a high protein lunch. By the time you go and you have a cheat meal, boom. Um, just cut off the fries. That's it. You don't really need to change much. Or eat less fries. That's gonna be probably the best. I didn't find any alternative for that except other the little things that I mentioned. But yeah, that's pretty much for you. That's what you would have. All right. Let's see if we have anything else left. All right. And that's pretty much that. I know I went a little bit I went a little bit past the time there, but um anybody
Well,
have any questions?
yeah, I don't know how to spell in the chat, but like, what about Chick-fil-A?
Chick-fil-A. Oh, I got you. So I'm gonna tell you my order that I got a couple days ago.
Okay.
If you're gonna go to Chick-fil-A, guys, because Anybody in here also like Chick-fil-A? Type in the number one. Type in the number one if you like Chick-fil-A. Because I know people. Somebody mentioned Cane's, Chipotle. Those are very popular. Okay, you guys like Chick-fil-A? Chick-fil-A. I know you guys like the deluxe sandwich, the fried chicken sandwich. You might need to cut that off entirely. Try the grilled chicken sandwich. The grilled chicken sandwich and the grilled chicken wrap. For me, I had a that was a couple days ago. I had a Chick-fil-A. I ate enough protein throughout the day. I had done pretty good from breakfast to lunch, and I was, you know what? Hey, I want to go eat out today. One of my friends put the meals out. He's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go to Chick-fil-A." I said, "All right, I'm gonna go to Chick-fil-A too." And I was like, "Okay, I need to go. I'm gonna go to Chick-fil-A, but I'm gonna eat like guilt-free. I'm not gonna feel guilty. Whatever I eat from Chick-fil-A is gonna make me feel good and not bad." Um, but basically, the grilled chicken sandwich at Chick-fil-A and then the grilled chicken wrap, or is it like the grilled cool chicken wrap or something like that? You can literally have those two, super high in protein. I think it'll be around 60 to 70 grams of protein. You can literally get two-thirds of your grams in protein out of the picture in just one meal at Chick-fil-A. But if you just want the grilled chicken sandwich, just go for that. Just the grilled chicken sandwich, you're good. Unless, here's the thing, you won't know how much to eat unless you've been tracking. For me, I knew I was tracking that day, so I can have the grilled chicken sandwich, I could have the grilled chicken wrap, and I could have some extra fruit on the side. I was gonna order the fruit cup at Chick-fil-A. And then yes, if you made enough space for fats, you could have a Chick-fil-A sauce. And the grilled chicken wrap comes with a dressing. Comes with a really good dressing. The avocado dressing. Yeah. So try to try to make that transition from the deluxe if you guys like the deluxe. Oh, another thing. The grilled chicken nuggets or the grilled chicken tenders. You guys can have those. Those are really good for you. They taste bomb and they have a lot of protein in it. You can do the chicken tenders, or sorry, the chicken nuggets. I when I go, I might have to eat the 12 piece. With 12-piece chicken nuggets, put that in the mac and cheese, get an order of the mac and cheese, boom, mix them in, bomb. And you get a lot of protein. Okay? But again, track what you guys are eating so you know, okay, I had this much fats. Okay, I can eat the mac and cheese. Boom. But those are some really good alternatives for you guys. All right. Um, yeah, do you guys eat any of those? Like Alexander, do you eat any of those? Or what do you have at Chick-fil-A?
Oh, me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What do you have at Chick-fil-A?
I get two fries and a parfait.
So you don't get like any of the sandwiches?
No,
No? Not even like what about the nuggets or
no,
tenders?
no,
No? You just don't
no,
like them?
no, not really.
Hmm. Oh, the parfait KO.
I'm sure if I get used to them, then I like them.
Yeah, you gotta try them. You gotta try the chicken nuggets, man. Those are those are bomb.
Yeah, because I never tried those and stuff.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, you got to try them out. Try them out. You won't know until you try them. And the good thing is that they'll keep you full. They won't make you feel like ew, like your tummy hurts, right?
Yeah, I wrote those down, so I'm gonna like try to order that.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect. You definitely want to do that. That way,
Oh,
I'll be able to list these down on the community and put them on later, but good thing you wrote them down already. All right.
okay.
Guys, Jax, we're gonna go through your video super quick because I think overall, man, you had a pretty solid game. We're gonna go through a couple of good moments. I really liked what I saw. I know you guys didn't take a dub this game, but I'm more focused about your individual performance. Okay. Um, we're gonna go to 1845. We're gonna transition, guys, to just a quick film here, little review. Um, in this situation, Jax, all that happens is you lose track of your man. As a left back, you still need to be able to focus on the ball, but also, most importantly, your player, the one on your side. So I'm gonna show you kind of where you lose track of your player. It's coming up in just a few seconds here. Don't want you to lose track of your player because the player is equally important if he's making in runs behind you. So here, coming up, oh, if I can pause it. Here, like, and I notice these moments happen a little bit throughout your game at times. But here, you turn your back and the winger tends to creep in behind you. You can see this here? I hope you guys can see this.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think this is you right here, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so what happens is this player tends to, and maybe it's not the same player, but different players, you lose track of them. You turn your back against them. And what happens is you can't really track them anymore. When you turn your back against them, um, it's hard for you to see where they're going. So I'd have to kind of show you in person how your hips should be positioned. Because in this situation, you see this player in the pink, his hips are positioned going forward. Your hips are positioned going backward. For you, that's gonna, even if you even think about trying to track him and catch him up, you're not gonna be quick enough to do it because your hips are not set. This player, all he has to do is go and he's going. He's not gonna get slowed down by anything. He doesn't have to turn, he doesn't have to switch his hips or nothing like that. But you have to because you're not in that position already, which makes you a half a second slower. So if you can get this down with your body shape on defense, and it's hard because you have to focus on two things at once, but you also have to adjust your body. Um, I'll have to show you how to do this in person, but if you can work on this, and this happens a couple times in a game, um, you will be a much better defensive player. We'll talk about your offensive game too, but we need to also talk about for sure your defense is your priority. So he tends to sneak up in behind you. Even the ball, even if the ball doesn't go to him, right? You don't want to lose this player entirely because look, he's a technically, if the ball comes to him, he's got you beat and he's onside. So that's the biggest thing for me is like, can you be level with the winger? And here, technically, you don't have any business being in here because there's one, two, and then the other center back's there already ready for it. So you make sure. I think in this situation, are you a left back or center back? Because it looks like there's three defenders.
Oh, I'm a left back, and the fourth one, the one on my left side, he's supposed to be a winger.
But he just dropped back to help you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you definitely don't want to lose track of this type of player. Okay, we'll have to show you how to do your move your hips to see both things. But we can definitely fix that with one simple tweak. Um, Jax, do you remember? I know this was a couple weeks ago. Do you remember what you ate this game? It's a funny question, but do you remember what you ate? I'll tell you why I'm asking. Do you remember? I know it was a weeks ago. It's fine if you don't. Like, do you remember what you ate the day of this game?
I just ate a torta because I came that was like because I came back from other games
Yeah,
that
we
Okay.
day.
like other games.
Oh, so you were probably pretty tired. Okay, so pretty much, only reason I'm asking is that I felt like something was different about you this game in a good sense. Like you had a lot of energy, you had a lot of confidence in this game. In one game, in one situation, you like knock a player out. I'm like, man, what the like? This guy is like looking good. I don't know exactly what you would have ate. I'm just curious, but I mean, I thought that's not bad. I mean, it depends. Like if you have enough carbs and you have enough protein to keep yourself full and have energy. But you were looking pretty sharp on certain things. We'll see. I'll show you that situation where I see that. But I think in general, your individual performance was pretty solid in this game. Um, I like what you did here. Trust me, as a left back, I had to do this like, oh my goodness. I had to do this several times just because I understand my teammates' weaknesses. I understand when they're most likely to get beat, and I understand when I have to cover them. And the crazy thing is, you come from out of the frame in this video to like save the day. And like you're just sprinting, 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 sprinting. Boom. Like that was an amazing tackle, dude. You were like a machine there. Like, trust me, you're gonna have to do this far more times. There's gonna be several situations where your teammates get beat, and you have to be that last guy to save the day as a left back or a center back. So I wanted to say good job on this because this was huge. Look at you sprinting. This guy's beat everybody else. Boom. And you go and you do just enough to throw him off. As a left back, this is what you have to do. So very good job. Okay. That tackle was impressive. Very good save. You look sharp on your defense there. Okay. This next situation, I like your positioning here because you go from left back all the way on defense to up front. You notice the open space in front of you here, and you take advantage of this space, making you a very dangerous left back. So you take advantage of the open space. You noticed it, you scanned, you see it, and your left winger is technically there, but you provide an extra option, which is good. In soccer, we talk about numerical superiority. Here it looks like it's going to be a 2v2, but because your positioning is so good and high up the field, you create a 3v2. This is how you create territory and offensive. You mark your territory on the offensive third, and you become a very dangerous player in this situation. And guess what? You didn't even have to have the ball to be a dangerous player. You were just in the right positions. So all you had to do is get the ball. He has an extra option to pass to. Unfortunately, it wasn't the best pass to you, but you still make something out of this. You make a very dangerous play out of this. I don't know if you were a left winger in that position or if you were a left back, but if this was a left back, I'm thinking, man, this left back he's doing something right because you're in a good positions. Okay? You're attacking exactly when you need to, and then boom, after this, it's time to sprint back to your position. If you're a left back, let's get back. Now, we did the hard work to get there. Now let's start slowly recovering on the way back. Okay? And if you get to like the high school level, a lot of your teammates are gonna try to scream at you and be like, yeah, get back, sprint back. But realistically, you did the work going up front. It's their job to cover you now. But just so you know, if you get to that level and you get to that place in life, somebody's gonna try to like say, yeah, sprint back. Just do it anyway, but work your way back quickly. Okay? And if you can do that 90 minutes straight, going up, going down, dude, nobody's gonna be able to like tell you anything. You'll just be automatic. So yeah, so here I understand you're tired, but you're okay, good. You're reacting. Still in a good spot. Here it's all about defensive work at this point. Boom, sprinting back. Look at you, man. Even if you can't get to him, you still do the work back. You throw him off. Okay? So good work, bro. That was, I gotta say, good work on that. All right. Some really good stuff from a left back. I'm a left back. I'm very critical about left backs. So I want left backs to do well because I've seen some of the best left backs in the world and make their mistakes, and I'm critical about them too, right? Like I think they should do certain things better, and I know when I see a good thing happen, because I like to see left backs do certain things well. All right. Um, Here I think this is the next one where you might have knocked the. Not sure what happens here. Yeah. So here I think you take your touch. Oh, here's where you knock the kid down. So good work. Like again, man, you're just grinding at this point. Like you've been running, you've been defending, you sprinting, making saves on your defensive half, making plays up top, still knocking players down. Like, dude, you were looking solid. I gotta be honest. All right. So good work there. You're not afraid to go in and take some contact, right? Remember, I told you your job as a defender, you're gonna go cross contact like often. So you might as well get used to knocking players off the ball and not letting them hit you. So good work on that. Um, that was impressive. I'll be very honest. Uh, let's see. 48. Again, this is all just positioning stuff here. Um, Watch offside positioning here. We're almost done, guys. Sorry about that. We went a little overboard today. Let me put the game sound because there's something that is said in this game. So here, I think you're a left winger at this point, right?
Yes.
So here, if you notice your positioning, you look like you're offside. As a winger, because I'm assuming you are going to keep playing winger, we might as well talk about your positioning. Here, you don't want to get too eager. Don't get too eager and start making runs ahead. You need to be patient as a left winger and receive. Your width is perfect here. The last thing you need is too much depth to the point where you're offside. Okay. So your width and positioning is good there. Just drop back a little bit so you can stay more on side. Okay. And if you can stay patient, patient is going to be key for you to get these balls and score. But if you can stay patient, you won't need to do much more after that. You'll just have to dribble the ball literally forward, right to goal, and score goals. Okay. Just be mindful of your positioning. I know the ball never got to you, but see here, you kind of start wanting to creep in, so make sure you're aware. All right. Um, yeah, that's something you're gonna have to be very, very mindful of, this positioning. And then it's kind of funny because I listen to the games too. If there's game audio, I listen to it. I see what everyone else is thinking, and I want to make sure that what I was thinking was right. Sometimes it is, sometimes people are thinking other things than what I'm thinking. But regardless, when I was hearing this game, there's something funny you say, and I like it. I like that you said it because it shows a lot of confidence. Um, and not only that, it shows a lot of confidence, but it also shows initiative. Initiative meaning you're the one to say, Coach, let me do this, let me do that, right? And sometimes that's what captains and leaders are for, right? Like, Coach, let's do that. Let's try this out. And you did that in this situation. Your teammate got hurt, and you said, you said, you said, Coach, put me on defense. You were like, you know what, like, we might be losing, but let me go lock it down anyway. So, um, yeah, like I don't know you for too long, right? But I think this is amazing. Like you're showing a lot of confidence. You've been working back and forth, knocking kids down. Your teammate gets knocked down. Coach, let me go in for him. Let me do that for him. So you want to keep that confidence going. All right. You want to be that type of player that takes initiative and is a leader. So good work on that. Um,
Thank you, coach.
even though your result for your team was not the result you were looking for, my biggest thing, I wish like I can come and coach this team someday. Maybe you never know. But my biggest thing for now is like your individual performance. And I think based on this game, despite the loss, I think it was in the L, right? Yeah. Um, you had a solid game. You didn't let the result affect your mind. You didn't let the result affect your performance. You just stayed locked in. So good work on that. Um, and I think you do the same thing here, just getting physical, not getting afraid to get hit or hit back. Here, boom, you're getting in there, taking the you knocked two kids down. That might be the highlight. That might be right there. You're just knocking kids down like bowling pins, and you're not afraid to take the hits. You're hitting back when you need to. Nothing wrong with that. Soccer's a contact sport, and you're just killing it, bro. So good work here. And you're on top, and you release the ball. Perfect. I mean, there's nothing more you can ask for from a left back. At this point, release the ball, keep it, boom. Right? So it looks like the torta gave you fuel that game because you were not. Good work, man. Um, Yeah. So imagine if you can do this every game and never go through fatigue, never go through any little bit of weakness, and you keep your nutrition up. Dude, this is gonna be something you do every game. So good work. Um, and then let me ask you one more thing because I remember you asking me for help on this when I first met you, but you were having issues lifting the ball up. And from what I see in this game, I think you still have the issue, but you can tell me if you do or not. But basically, you're going for the free kick, and my goal, you know what my mindset when watching this? This was my mindset. Let me draw out the player that I would have went for. This is the player I would have wanted you to cross the ball to right here. You see him?
Yeah, Nathaniel?
I don't know his name, but whoever that is, you see how wide open he is? Yeah, yeah, that would have been my ideal. Like if I'm a left back and I'm crossing this ball in, that would have been like the guy I'm looking for. And I'm trying to, and you know what? I'm not trying to put it on his head right here. I'm not trying to put it straight to him. I'm trying to curl this ball in just a little bit in front of him so that he can run onto that ball and just score. Bam. That was my thought when I'm watching this, right? And those that could be kind of like your future decision, is putting that ball and looking for the open guy. But I don't know if you can see that clearly there. That was like the option for me. Now the only issue is maybe you were trying to go for him, but what happens is your kick is short. It falls low. Here, maybe you were trying to shoot too. I don't know. Um, is this an issue you're still having with getting the ball up? Up high?
Yes, I do. I need help getting like the ball up during free kicks.
Hmm. Okay. So we need to work on your hip positioning when you're on defense to focus on both things, but we need to work on your on the chipping the ball.
Yeah, mine is
Um,
kind of like that too. Like,
yeah,
but it's just on goal kicks.
on goal kicks. Gotcha. So we need to touch on the mechanics on like what happens when you are. We still need to touch up on that. Um, and yeah, I think it overall this looked like a mechanical issue here. I can't say that it was a power shot, like a power issue with your power, because the ball looked like it traveled quick when it got off your foot. It looked like it traveled pretty quick, but it was just low. Yeah, like that was like a hard hit. Like the kid had to like duck. But if I think it's gonna be like a mechanical thing for you, working on your the way you're hitting the ball. Okay, so we kind of know what to work on for the next two or the next session. You could even stay a couple minutes extra to work on that. But you have two things you know you can work on for sure now for next week. But we'll have to touch on that. Okay, this is something we have to go over in person. Ideally, you need to get under the ball as much as possible. That's going to be the key. Under the ball, chipping. We'll have to go over in detail. Okay, and then last things here. Last things here. I know we went a little far, guys. A little extra. Drop now. Drop. So here, I think like your positioning looks like a lot better because I think when I first recognized what you were doing on defense, like you were like here, you were too far left. I think you're starting to recognize like, okay, the ball is over there. I need to shift in pretty narrow. Here, you're able to do that because you have extra players behind you. So your positioning, your awareness of positioning on the field is getting better. Um, and here, you're in good position to tackle. So that's perfect. Good timing. Good positioning. Good positioning is always going to make you a better defender and a better striker or a better winger, whatever positioning you're playing. So good job on that. And then one last thing. It's your tackle here. What happens is lefties were very stubborn, right? Like we only like to use our left and rarely do we like to use our right, but you're
Yeah.
gonna have to start learning how to tackle with your right. I'll be honest, like I didn't start using my right foot till very late. And the reason why I tell you I want you to work on it is because if I had somebody to train me on how to use my right foot and encourage me to use my right foot, I would have probably used it at a younger age. But I didn't really have that type of coaching or a personal trainer or anything like that to kind of encourage me to do so. So I didn't start getting better till with my right foot till the most recent years, and I started seeing that as a weakness in my game um, lately. But here, you come and tackle this ball. I hope I should put it in full screen. Actually, I wish I would have put it in full screen, guys. Sorry. I hope you could. I hope you saw everything else that I went through. But here, um, tackle with your back turned. And again, the reason why you do that is because you really want to use your left foot. You recognize your left foot and you're very confident with your left foot. But this is the type of tackle that if you tackle with your right foot, um, your hips are going to be facing, let's see, pen real quick. Your hips are going to be facing this way, as opposed to since you're tackling with your left, your hips are going to be facing that way or even back if you're turning your back completely. So you don't want this. You want your hips facing forward so that all the balls that are hit are going forward. Here, you don't tackle the ball well, um, and you're doing it with your hips turned. So what you notice is the ball actually goes in his favor, which goes towards your goal. You don't want that. If you're making a clearance, you want the clearance to go up the field. So he's lucky to get like a small deflection, but that's because you didn't tackle with your right foot, right? You need to start getting comfortable to a point where you tackle with your right foot. So see that? So that's where you need to work on and start getting a little bit more confidence in that right foot, utilizing that right foot to your advantage. Luckily, somebody covers for you. Actually, no, he still got through there. I think you had still your hips were facing to your own goal. So that's most likely where the ball will end up. And boom, you want to get on their goal side. So three major things we could work on there. But in general, like if I had to decide, like this is a pretty solid game from you individually. So
Thank you.
good work. Again, it's not going to be perfect always. There's things to learn from. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. And then Alexander, I know we didn't touch up on your parts there, but we went a little past our time today.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions before we go? That's pretty much the recap for that, Jax, though. I appreciate you sharing this and your dad as well sharing it. So let's get to work.
Oh yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
Like, how do I join the training that you guys do? Cause like Jax told me about it and stuff. Like I asked him,
Yeah.
and like, but I don't know how to join.
Yeah. Like shoot me a message. Talk to your parents. Have them reach out to me.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yeah.
Yeah, have them reach out to me and we can figure something out for you, Alex.
Okay.
I'm on Instagram, okay?
Ah.
Shoot me a text on Instagram. I can send my phone number or you can send me your parents' phone number, whichever one, and I'll reach out.
Okay.
All right, Alex. Appreciate you guys. Any last minute questions? I'll give you about a couple seconds. If you have any questions, you can ask it. And if not, get some sleep, guys. It's getting late. Sorry about that.
Are you watching the Madrid game tomorrow?
I should have some time. I should have some time. I was watching the Barca game, but then my game it froze, so I didn't get to finish watching the rest of it. I wish I could have, but the
Oh,
first half was crazy. So
yeah, it really was
you got to
crazy.
watch Rafinha. In Brazil, they call him Rafinha. You don't pronounce the R, but I was gonna say Rafinha. You got to watch him.
That goal was a banger though with his left.
Yeah, he's a left-footed left winger, so you can learn a couple things from him.
Yeah.
That's the type of guy. You guys want to watch the players who play your position that are matched or match your qualities and match your traits, right? So if even though I like Lamine Yamal, if I'm a left-footed left midfielder, I'm probably not going to learn a lot from Yamal because he plays on the complete other side. I can learn more from a guy like Rafinha because I'm a left-footed left midfielder. Um, Same thing with like a right-footed left back. I'm not gonna watch a right back. Sorry, a right-footed left back because I'm a lefty. I'm not gonna watch somebody who's a right-footed player. I'm not gonna play like him. So why would I watch that type? I mean, yeah, I can still learn from him. I'm not saying don't learn anything from it, but like don't obsess in watching that person who's not playing in your place. Obsess in watching the guy who plays your style and plays your position, right? So just a little something you guys could look into. But Jax, for you, watch Rafinha, watch Balde, the other guy behind him. Those are your two guys to watch. They work hand in hand together. You can watch and learn from both of them. You know?
Yes.
Alrighty, guys. Have a good rest of your night. So sorry to keep you guys up. I really appreciate you guys staying here. You guys are very committed and you showed up. So that's all that matters. Okay? I'll see you guys when I see you guys.
Okay, coach.
Okay.
Good
Have
night.
a good night.
Bye,
Have a good night.
coach.
Bye, coach.
Thank you.
Good
Bye.
night.